Hello, and welcome to the Fantasy Rewind podcast. This is Mike, and Dylan will not be joining us this week. He is preoccupied with something far more important, so it's just me this time. I want him to be able to share his news with everyone when he comes back, or when we have another episode together here in the future. So today, what are we jumping into here? We're going to be talking about some of the trailers that have come out recently for some upcoming fantasy shows. Ones that I'm particularly excited about since I have the mic. The first one we're going to talk about is Percy Jackson and the Olympians, and the other one's The Last Airbender. So Percy Jackson and the Olympians is going to be coming out on Disney Plus, and The Last Airbender is going to be coming out on Netflix. But before we get into that, please send us, if you'd like to get in contact with the show, send us an email at fantasyrewind@gmail.com. Hit us up on Twitter or on Instagram at the same handle. All right, with that being said, let's jump into the rewind. Fantasy Rewind. Now, I am so excited to talk about these shows with you guys and to talk about these with Dylan. I know we're planning to talk about the One Piece series here coming up, but Percy Jackson and the Olympians. You want to talk about a book series that I have so much nostalgia for. This is it. Now, I haven't read the newest book, which is really unlike me. I've read all of Rick Riordan's releases. I've read the Percy Jackson series when he got into Roman mythology, when he got into the Red Pyramid series with Egyptian mythology, the Norse mythology, the Apollo spinoff of Percy Jackson. I have not read the last two releases, though. The one with Nico D'Angelo, which I really want to read, which is, I believe, The Sun and the Stars, or something like that. And then the newest one he came back to the series with, and I do need to read those. So it's kind of hard for me to say I'm like the super fan that I was, but I love those books. I've read them all. I've read the graphic novels. I have followed and I cried. I didn't literally cry, but I hate the movies they released for this series. So when Rick Riordan said that he was going to be coming back with and helping this TV show, I was like, yes, this is what Percy Jackson should have been, is a TV show. It's going to be on Disney Plus. It's releasing on December 20th with 2 episodes. And I can't wait to jump in the trailer, watching it. Oh, got all the feels. I was like, yes, we got a younger cast. Cool, that's fine. They're supposed to be young. This series should grow with them. Excellent. All right, we got Grover. Okay, we've got Annabeth. Right, Luke. Okay. I'm digging it so far. Love Chiron. I think some of the actors they picked for this look and feel kind of like their characters from the books felt for me. So I really dig this. I think the effects in the trailer look really good too. I think we're in for a treat here. And I'm excited that it seems like season 1 is going to be the first book. And hopefully they gave it like 12 episodes or so. Fingers crossed as well that they do not let this go the way of Willow and say, oh, well, the first season didn't get quite as many people as we wanted, so sorry, goodbye. But I think Percy Jackson has enough of a draw that we're going to see some staying power with this. This series has grown up with so many people. It's very much like Harry Potter in that sense. Now, not nearly as popular, but it is very popular. For those who don't know, it'd probably be helpful if I talked about this series, right? So Percy Jackson and the Olympians is the first series by Rick Riordan, and it's in the Camp Half-Blood Chronicles. So there's this series and another series. Now, it's a series in which you have Greek gods are alive. When they have relations with humans, their offspring are called half-bloods. So they're not fully god, not fully human. The big 3 in the book, Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, basically banned each other from having children after an incident with one of Zeus's kids, or after, I'm honestly misremembering a little bit, but I'm pretty sure it was a prophecy that said that one of their kids would effectively decide the fate of the world. And they were like, oh, we can't do this. Well, Greek gods, they don't really follow the rules. So all of them did have kids, as they're wanting to. In the first book, Zeus's lightning bolt is stolen, and Percy is suspect number 1 due to all of this, since he is the son of Poseidon. He's sent on a mission, and because the number 3 is divine or really important in Greek mythology, he's sent on a mission with 2 other friends, Grover and Annabeth. Annabeth is the daughter of Artemis. Grover, well, he's a half-goat satyr. Also, in all of this, Percy's mom goes missing. So there's a lot of tension to get her back. We see a whole bunch of Greek gods, Greek myths. That's kind of the cool thing about this series, is that it interweaves modern American history, architecture, all of this, locations, and Greek mythology together. So I think this is going to be a really great experience for a lot of people who love Greek mythology to dip into a younger fantasy. This will be one you can watch with kids. I, for one, am just watching it for myself, and I'm looking forward to it so much. Anyway, what's your favorite Greek god, goddess? Let us know. Hit us up with an email or on social media. That would be great. I'm really looking forward to this, though. Let's go ahead and push forward here to our next trailer we're going to talk about. The Last Airbender. Oh, as excited as I am for Percy Jackson for nostalgia and for actually getting an adaptation, I cannot tell you how excited I am to watch Last Airbender again with real people, and it looks like it's following the anime. Oh, so cool. The effects, awesome. All the characters look just, honestly, it looks like they took inspiration right from the anime. They're just saying that live action movie that happened, that really didn't happen, which is for the best. If you haven't watched that, we should probably do a review of that just for kicks, because it was terrible. The Last Airbender, though, I actually just watched it, I want to say during quarantine. I watched it, and I just had seen snippets here and there when I was younger, but I finally got the opportunity to watch it all the way through, and I just was blown away by just how ahead of its time it was, and mature but accessible, and it was so much fun. It was really such a great show. I'm really hoping they bring that into this live-action adaptation. Now, I don't want it to necessarily be a one-for-one from the anime. I would like them to maybe add just a bit more, maybe draw in some more lore, but we'll see what happens. I have really high hopes after seeing the trailer, which I really didn't have high hopes because of all the drama that had surrounded the show's kind of creation. That being said, visually it looks stunning. We have Appa, we have all the different earth, air, wind, fire bending, and it all looks so cool. I really suggest you go give that one a try. In the Percy Jackson trailer, we see some of the monsters, we see some of the fighting, and I didn't really get into a lot of that because it's CGI, it looks kind of dark, it's good, it looks good, but the Last Airbender trailer, you watch that and you're like transported into this world, and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is gorgeous, look at these effects, everything's bright, man. I just can't wait for this one. This is honestly probably my top series for next year. I'm going to say that even just anticipation-wise, even if The Lord of the Rings happens to come out with another season, The Rings of Power season 2 comes out, I think this is my most anticipated for next year. I just can't get over just how good all of the characters looked. Now, The Last Airbender will be releasing on Netflix, as I said, February 22nd, 2024. And yeah, it's looking really good. Seems like it's going to follow the story of Aang, who is the Last Airbender, and also the Avatar, who gets trapped in ice with his loyal air cow. Wind Bison, Appa, and they're going to be freed by a couple of South Water Tribe members. And yeah, we'll have to talk more about that series because honestly, with both of these shows, I kind of need someone else here balancing me out, asking me questions, and that's typically Dylan's job. Unfortunately, now I'm just going. And my excitement, I hope, is apparent for both of these series. I highly suggest giving both a watch. Let us know which one you're more interested in, or if you're not interested in. Or is there a show that we missed? I know that there's going to be a Netflix movie coming out called Damsel that looks really interesting with a princess that has to go into a cave and escape from a dragon, it seems like. Really excited about that. Also, really excited to get into the Fourth Wing book series. I actually am almost done with the first book, but getting ready to listen or read the second book, and I wouldn't mind talking about that either. Let us know some of the upcoming projects and things that you're excited to talk about, and we'll be sure to give it a listen or a look at. Now, that being said, this was just me spitballing to myself for 11 minutes, 10 minutes, so I hope some of it came out pretty coherent. Either way, enjoy your holiday, enjoy your time with family, and look forward to sharing about One Piece coming up next. Thanks. This is One Nerd signing out. Bye.